Remember the times when smaller the phone, the cooler it would be. With phones getting bigger and bigger each day, it's really nostalgic to see a phone with a small form factor. With modern day developments, even smaller phones have gotten smarter. But what I have in my hands right now is completely a different game. The Unihertz Atom is a tiny phone with a 2.45-inch display. It comes with decent specs, but the phone's design is something that turns a lot of heads. Almost everyone I showed this phone said they wanted one. The design of the Unihertz Atom is its biggest selling point, as it takes the power and functionality of Android and compresses it into a tiny package. The mini smartphone has a rugged design that should make it more resistant to the daily beatings we give our phones, and it feels sturdy and solid. Now coming to the phone, there's a 3.5mm headphone jack on top, which makes you think why manufacturers keep saying size is an important factor for removing it. The volume buttons along the left side are accompanied by a dual SIM card slot, while the right side houses a power button, a push-to-talk button, and a USB Type-C port. You'll find a 16-megapixel camera at the back. The front features a 2.45-inch display, dual front-facing speakers, an 8-megapixel camera, a fingerprint reader, and 2 capacitive buttons. It kind of looks like a toy, but doesn't feel like one. The rubberized plastic, textured back, and shock-absorbing corners are comfortable to hold, and its IP68 certification means dropping it in a pool or being rough with it shouldn't be an issue either. This tiny panel sports 240 by 432 resolution with 201.7 ppi density. Overall, it's not a screen you'll enjoy looking at for longer periods of time, but the Unihertz Atom doesn't need a good screen, it just needs to be usable. In terms of performance, the Unihertz Atom is an affordable mid-range handset. Its Octa-Core Processor and 4GB RAM keeps it smooth, unless you start multitasking and start using it the same way as you'd use a flagship device. Don't expect it to handle many games or graphic-intensive apps as well. It can play simple games smoothly, or you can play while waiting in line or passing time. Normal processes like checking email, going through social media, messaging shows no issues. The Unihertz Atom takes on every casual task smoothly, but of course, you won't get the smoothness of a flagship processor when scrolling and opening apps. Fans of the stock Android experience will also be happy with the Unihertz Atom. This is as close as to pure Oreo, and there are no significant modifications in the UI. It also packs a 2000 mAh battery, which seems like it's a bit less, but the phone also isn't as resource intensive though. The small and lower definition screen and modest specs also help conserve battery life. Finally, I have to say, Unihertz Atom is the best tiny phone available right now, and it's a phone that you'll want to keep as a secondary phone.